What's up, guys? I just wanted to talk a little bit about today's race. Not really a review or anything like that, but I want to talk a little bit about Kevin Harvick and why I despise this guy. Um, he's another one of these guys that I never liked him, and you know, I can't take anything away from this guy. He's a great race car driver. That team is great. They've always been fast, so this isn't to take anything away from their ability, their talent, whatever. But this whole thing, he got caught cheating, and they took some points away. They suspended the car chief, I think, for a couple of races, and they, whatever. It's kind of a slap in the wrist. At this point, NASCAR needs to realize that this is not enough to keep these guys in line, and they really need to step up and start taking wins away from people when they're caught cheating. All right, so they got caught cheating, but the thing that bothers me isn't so much the fact that they got caught, it was dealt with, and they moved on, but they dominated today again, and the arrogance of Kevin Harvick and this whole team, the way they carry themselves, it's just I cannot root for people like that. Um, he wins, he gets out the car, he starts high fiving his rear window, right? Because he got caught cheating. They something about the rear window brace, and you could see the window flex into the car under load. So plus they found some other unapproved part that was made of something that's not approved. These guys know what they're doing. They know exactly what parts they're supposed to use. So they got busted cheating. But the arrogant attitude of these guys, and he's pointing at the window, and he's high-fiving the window, slamming his hand on it, and then they interview him, and he's like, well, I was pissed off because they took whatever away from a team that deserves it and all this bullshit. Like, don't portray yourself as a fucking victim. I fucking hate that more than anything. So, just this arrogant attitude, like they didn't do anything wrong. You got caught cheating. And this is just my opinion. I don't have any proof. But when you get busted cheating, it's probably not the first time you've been doing it. And I'm sure they're still cheating. They just haven't been caught. Okay? Now, I remember, because I've been following NASCAR a long fucking time, and I remember years ago when Kevin Harvick was one of the biggest whiners in the garage about the 48 team with Jimmy Johnson and Chad Knaus and these guys dominating week after week. One of the most outspoken people in the garage was Kevin Harvick. And I remember one time during a press conference or an interview, he even said that 48 team has a horseshoe up its ass. Like, they're super lucky. But the reason I bring that up is that he really had a chip on his shoulder about watching this team dominate. And do I believe they cheated? Yeah. There's a handful of teams in the garage that really dominate. So far as to you can't really fully say it's pure performance and by the teams and all that. There's something there that's extra, which is cheating. Now, I know it sounds like somebody, like if I don't like the guy, I'm just saying that. No, I would say that about anybody, even if it's a driver I liked. I do not respect cheating. I think that NASCAR deserves credit for trying to be on top of this stuff. They're not perfect, but they're trying. And to watch this fucking prick, I fucking hate this guy. And he gets out and he's so indignant and fucking arrogant and acting like he's a victim and the team's a victim. And like, how dare these guys call us out for cheating and deduct points and suspend the car chief. You got caught cheating. The best thing you can do is keep your fucking mouth shut, enjoy the win, and with enough time, people don't think about this shit. But you're so arrogant that you can't just leave it alone. And now they're trying to twist it almost like they're the victim and they didn't do anything wrong when they got caught cheating. So congratulations, you won, okay? And these guys are dominating and they deserve credit for that. But don't pretend you didn't do anything wrong and you're a victim. And I fucking hate that shit. And that's why there's such a long list of guys I don't fucking like in this sport. And it's the main reason is I'm a big fan of humility. I like people that carry themselves with integrity. That's just something about me as a fan of a sport. I don't like arrogant athletes, and it doesn't matter what sport it is, but I can't root for guys that are just arrogant, and I like people that just carry themselves with dignity and respect and humility and respect your competitors. Try to do things the right way. There's a lot of people in this garage, or in the sport, I should say, that follow the rules and try really hard to be competitive. And they can't compete with some of these guys because these teams are pushing the envelope and they're trying all kinds of shit. And I know there's a lot of old timers out there that are like, oh, that's always been part of the sport. If, cheating's part of it, I don't give a fuck. I don't respect it. I just don't. There's no excuse for it. And until NASCAR starts taking wins away, and you got to come down harder on these guys to make sure they don't even take that risk because they're willing to pay that fine. And you know what? If they got to go and lose a few points and stuff like that, who cares? If you look at how far up some of these guys are at certain points of the season. So if you take away 25 points or a couple of points here and there, they're willing to eat it for a win because wins are hard to come by. So NASCAR needs to step it up another notch and really come down hard on these guys because it's not fair to the rest of the field. Now, I'm not taking anything away from the win. They dominated. These guys are showing up. And he is a great driver. I've never denigrated any of these guys for their driving ability. But the arrogance, the attitude, I don't like it. And just to watch how his reaction was after the win, and he's just walking around and like, oh, I was pissed off all week and blah blah blah. Like, dude, your team got caught cheating. Shut the fuck up, go about your business, and move on. Okay, and I'm not a fan of the 48 team. I never liked Jimmy Johnson or that team. Now, with Jimmy Johnson, it was never really personal. I just never became a fan. And watching certain people dominate to an extent, it turns me off. So it's nothing personal, but I was never a fan. But one thing I could say is that when they did get busted for shit, they didn't fucking, they just kept their mouth shut, went about their business, and kept it moving. So that's my little rant about the race today. It is what it is, and he's got 3 wins already. So I don't know, man. It's not fun watching people just obliterate the field like this. And in my opinion, and I do not have proof, but I would not be shocked if these guys are doing other things. They got caught for the rear window thing and that other part, but that just tells me that you're actively cheating. So there's other shit they just haven't been busted for. And that car is one of the best cars in the field every fucking week. So I have to believe there's a little more going on there. NASCAR needs to get their shit together if they don't want to lose credibility. So that's my little rant. That's all I'm going to say about it. So what do you guys think of the race and this Kevin Harvick bullshit? Are you a fan? Do you agree with him that, with his attitude, like, how dare NASCAR even come after them for anything, like, whatever. I look forward to your thoughts and comments. Until I have something else to say, I'll see you guys around.